5. Senator Roberts.
Thank you, President. My question is to the Minister representing the Minister for Climate Change and Energy, Senator McAllister, and is regarding the Sun Cable Industrial Solar Project in the Northern Territory. Minister, please advise the Senate of the total value of guarantees and, as a separate figure, the total value of subsidies available to the project.
Thank you, Senator Roberts. Minister McAllister.
Thanks very much, President. Look, I am aware that the Minister for the Environment has recently provided approval for the Sun Cable project. This is a project, as I understand, Senator, that seeks to establish renewable generation capability in the Northern Territory and also significant transmission capability, which will allow that generation to be able to be exported for the use, as I understand it, within the Australian grid, but potentially also to our Singaporean neighbours. This is an extremely important project potentially. It's also one that is a first of kind in the Australian context.
Oh, sorry, Minister McAllister. Senator Roberts.
A point of order, President. Under Standing Order 72, Clause 3C, answers shall be directly relevant to each question. I asked about the total value of guarantees and the total value of subsidies. What are they? If you don't know, please just say so.
I will draw the minister to that part of your question, Senator Roberts. Minister McAllister.
Thanks, President. And the senator asks me to comment, I think, on policies that exist in the Australian context to support the rollout of reliable renewables. And, of course—
Minister McAllister, please resume your seat. Senator Roberts.
I ask about the total value of guarantees and the total value of subsidies. That's it.
Minister Roberts. Sorry, Senator Roberts, the minister had barely said 7 words, so let's just hear the question. I have reminded the minister of the question and I will continue to listen carefully. Minister McAllister.
Thanks, President. And of course, the Australian government takes our advice about the future of the energy system from experts, and all of the advice that is provided to us is that the most cost-effective form of new generation and to replace the older ageing assets that are shortly to retire is reliable renewables. And we take our advice from experts because we believe that Australians deserve the most cost-effective form of energy that is available to us. And we can't actually go back to doing things the way that they were done
Minister,
under the previous
please resume your seat. Senator Roberts.
Mind the minister, I asked about the total value of guarantees and the total value of subsidies.
I have reminded the minister of the question and I will remind her again, Senator Roberts. Minister McAllister.
Thanks.
Order. Thank you, Senator Henderson. Minister, please continue.
Thanks, President. My advice is that this project has
the
been—
time for answering that question has expired. Senator Roberts, first supplementary.
Thank you, President. The project proposes to generate electricity in the Northern Territory and send it to Singapore using a 4,300-kilometre long cable, mostly undersea. This is 5 times longer than Norway's 760-kilometre Viking Link, the current longest cable. Viking loses 3.5% of its generation to transmission loss. Minister, what percentage of the project's Australian-generated electricity will be lost on transmission to Singapore?
Thank you, Senator Roberts. Minister McAllister.
Thanks very much, President. Well, the senator asks about essentially the economics of the project that has been approved, and what I can advise the senator is that this is a matter for the project proponent. The government's role is not to assess the economics of this project. The minister has made a decision in relation to its environmental approvals. This is part of a broader transformation of the Australian economy. We are blessed with abundant sunshine, with abundant wind, with land, with skillful engineers, with skillful personnel and, frankly, with a mature commercial and legal environment and a national electricity system that many other countries seek to talk to us about because of its strengths. These are strengths for Australian communities. They are strengths for Australian regions, and they are potentially a source of significant economic opportunity for Australians living in regional communities.
Senator Roberts, second supplementary.
Thank you, President. The minister can't or won't tell me about guarantees and subsidies, nor a core project assumption. So, Minister, my supplementary question is, how much is Sun Cable lodging as a rehabilitation bond for the 12,400 hectares of land that will be covered in solar panels?
Thank you. I'm waiting for silence. Minister McAllister.
Thanks, President. Well, the senator asks about the terms on which the approval for the Sun Cable project has been provided. And I can tell the senator that Minister Plibersek applies the terms of the Environment Protection, Conservation Biodiversity Act to all of the matters that come before her. This is a project proposal.
Just don't like Australian business.
This is a project proposal that intends to establish a significant source of new generation in the Northern Territory, as you've indicated in your first supplementary question.
Please resume your seat. Senator Roberts.
Minister, is there a rehabilitation bond in place to cover the desecration of the environment?
Senator Roberts, it's your responsibility to seek a point of order, not to re-ask your question. So if you have a point of order, I invite you to make it. If you don't, I'll ask the minister to continue. Thank you.
President, the point of order is one of relevance.
Thank you. I believe the minister is being relevant. She has outlined to you the approval processes, so I will ask her to continue. Order. Order. Senator Cash, which bit of order doesn't apply to you? Minister McAllister, please continue.
Thanks, President. Well, the minister's responsibility, of course, is to apply the law when a project is put before her. And since coming to government, we have sought to do so in relation to all of the projects before us, but we are pleased to see new renewable projects coming online. And since coming to government, we have given the green light to more than 55 of those under the National Environment Law.
The time for answering has